Welcome to another HSExtra.com high school football video, Coach's Clipboard edition. I am Joe Serrera, and I'm joined today by Burns Bulldogs head coach David Devine. Coach, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Your Bulldogs are riding an 11-game winning streak. What's this Burns team doing real well right now?
I just think that we've got a group of seniors that played. Most of them played varsity since they've been sophomores. Some of them since they've been freshmen. So, they kind of know what to expect. It's like coaching a bunch of veteran players. So, I just think that's really helped us this year.
Mm-hmm. You're coming off of a 49-40 win over a very good Monroe team in a 2A West semifinal. What did you learn about your team in that game?
Well, I just think over the last 2 weeks, I think we've learned that we're a really resilient group. Both games have been really close. Played two really good football teams. It's been nice to see our guys fight and fight tooth and nail with two good programs. And, that's just one of the things we've been working on during the offseason. So it's nice to see it come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. Who are some of the players for your Burns team that folks should be watching for Friday night up in Reidsville?
Well, offensively, our quarterback, Ben Mooney's been playing really well. He broke the school record last week. And then Ryan Thompson also broke the school record last week. He's been catching and running well for us. Our running back, Jeremiah Norris. We have a big corner receiver, LJ Allen, that's got multiple offers. He's been playing really well for us. And defensively, it all starts with Kahari Haynes, our inside linebacker, number 4. He's going to Appalachian. He's a great football player. Him and Ryan's been 4-year starters for us, so they're doing really good.
Mm-hmm. This week you're going up against a Reidsville team that, like your program, has a lot of tradition. It seems crazy that as good as you've been and as good as they've been, this is the first time these programs have met. Is that correct?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's the first time. Part of it, the problem is, Reidsville's always been in the East, until here recently, most of the time. So, it is unusual that we've never. Of course, last week was the first time we ever played Monroe. So, it's kind of a neat deal to get to play some different teams. And I always like playing people we haven't played before.
Mm-hmm. With Reidsville, they've been rolling, obviously, 191-46 in the playoffs. What do you see from this Rams team as you prepare for them?
Well, the first thing that jumps off the screen, there's two things. They're tremendously big up front. They got some really big players. And then, of course, they got speed, with number 1 and number 15. I think the quarterback's really poised, so size and speed, that's the first thing that jumps off. And that they're kind of like us, they're a very seasoned group. A lot of those guys were playing in the same game last year. So, they know what to expect. So it's going to be a really good challenge for us.
How do they compare to any of the teams that you've faced this season? Is there somebody who kind of gives you a similar look or gave you a similar look?
Well, I think they're told somebody. I think they're kind of a mix between Monroe and Salisbury. Salisbury's defense was really good. It reminds you a lot of Reidsville, except Reidsville's going to come after you a whole lot more. Salisbury plays pretty much a base defense, and Reidsville's they're gonna make you adjust and deal with a lot of pressure. Offensively, you see speed everywhere, so it's very similar to Monroe in that aspect.
What does your team, the Burns Bulldogs, need to do Friday night to come away with a victory and get to that state championship game?
Well, the first thing we got to do is take care of the football. I think Reidsville's. I think in the last 2 ball games, they've got something like 7 turnovers, and their defense does a good job of taking the football away, and then their offense does a good job of capitalizing on it. So we've got to take care of the football, and then, we just got to be us. We got to play our game and do what we do. And, you don't want to tell your kids that, it's just another football game. I mean, it's a really big ball game, but I mean, you can't get too hyped up for it. You just got to play football.
Well, it should be a great football game. Any folks who can get to Community Stadium up in Reidsville on Friday night will see a great 2A regional final. Coach David Devine from Burns Bulldogs, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish your team luck on Friday night.
All right. Thank you very much.